It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, back at it. 3 hours stuffed into a 2-hour bag. We love Thursdays. We've got NFL picks. It's a gold jacket Thursday. Big Walter Jones, Seahawks offensive lineman, retired about 10, 11 years ago. He's already in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We'll talk to him at 2:30. My man, Matty Ice to my right, TLC behind the glass. Boys, how we feeling?
Feeling good, man. Another NFL week has arrived. We got what looks to be a fun matchup
Good
tonight
game.
up there in Green Bay with Jaden Daniels and the Commanders coming into town. I really can't complain too much. I just need Mother Nature to pick a lane right now, and I know where we live. I get all that, but the 85s to 87s that are coming this weekend, like, come on, I'm off that. Like, give me some of those fall temps that we had, and then I'm really, really in a good mood. But other than that, man, life is good. Life is pretty good for me right now. You doing okay?
You said 80s. What if I told you, Matty, what if I told you that next week, my prediction is that there's a 9 in front of one of those numbers?
I don't need that. We don't need that. We're good. We had plenty of that.
9 times, Ferris Bueller. You might get one.
We had plenty of that. Like, it's 85 in the morning and 48 at night. Pick a lane.
The mornings have been fine.
They've been okay,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, give me one or the other, because I don't know what to do with the wardrobe, like what's happening out there in the streets, man.
As my dad used to say, one day of this is one less day of the other. And that's what I've been subscribing to for a long time. So give me more summer. I'll take it because I know what's coming. But you're right. 8:15 tonight. Lambeau.
Let's go.
Amazon Prime. Back again.
You ready? You got your Amazon account fired up? You ready to go?
I don't know.
Herbie on the call. What is it? Michael's on the call.
That's right. They'll be on the call.
I did have to re-download the old Amazon app tonight or this morning just to make sure I'm ready to go.
You're
You
a
need to
Prime
check
guy.
that.
There's no re-downloading. You're clicking and buying stuff left and right. The packages that arrive here on a daily basis. Speaking of packages.
Yeah, what am I looking at right there across the table from me right now? What is happening?
It's Al Capone's Vault Part 2.
Yeah, this is I'm a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
A little nervous.
This is coming from Whiskey. McQuantico.
Our boy Whiskey Paul sitting in a
The
little
man,
goodie bag
the
down there.
elegant farmer comes through again.
Okay, shout out to Whiskey
And
Paul.
I'm seeing some sort of perishable on the side of this thing.
Yeah.
So that means we can't just let it sit there in a hot box for a while.
Yeah, not in this.
So, again, crack it open on the air. You feel safe?
Yeah, I'm good,
I remember
man.
when I waved those 2 macaw parrots over, I lost you. So I want to be kind and respectful.
I appreciate that.
I don't want to open anything up in here if your demeanor would change.
It was just one of those situations where I didn't know I had a fear of birds, I guess, or parrots or whatever it is, until I was that close to 2 of them. And one of them was side-eyeing me like, Matty Ice, I wish you would say something wrong. I'll fly across his desk and claw your eyeball out. That's how he was looking at me.
Just a yellow-bellied sapsucker. That's all he is, Matty.
Yeah, that thing was
all right,
terrifying.
here we go.
Whiskey Paul's
It's a
the
bigger
man.
box this week.
Whiskey Paul sent a couple goodie bags down here, and he really takes care of us. This is what happens
There's Winger's fine sausage on the side.
when Micah Parsons comes to town. You pick up a division win against the Lions and mollywop them. You're feeling good. Now I'm going to send out some love. Yeah, what is happening in there? What you got, big dog?
We're in some dry ice situation.
Talk us
I
through
thought this was just like souvenirs and stuff.
Oh no.
I thought this may have been green and gold to troll me as a Viking fan.
TLC might be a lot of protein in this box for us, big dog.
Mm-hmm.
Right up our lane right here.
There's another box in the box. It's like a Russian nesting doll. Not really sure. Oh, yeah.
So what you're saying is
need some sort of X-Acto knife or some sort of a...
So what you're saying is our gift was a lot smaller than you were expecting.
Yeah, but great big things come in small packages.
Talk about it.
Ding.
Talk about
Doing.
it. Let them know. Okay, you haven't seen anything yet. There's box after box in this thing. I think there's going to be some good protein in this for us. That's the hope, at least.
Yeah.
All right. This is going to be some sort of a grab bag. You guys, we're going to have a draft. I think we're going to have a draft.
Ooh.
Some beef hickory sticks.
Okay.
A few of those. I got a couple of
seasoning?
those naked lady teas. No, honey mustard. I'm already I'm running to the counter for the. I'm turning in my
what
cart.
was that though?
That's some sort of a
seasoning?
zesty gourmet honey mustard.
Zesty.
Okay.
That's
okay.
mine.
What are you going to use that on, AR?
Winger summer sausage.
Oh yeah, that you could slice that up nice, put that on a nice charcuterie board. Mm-hmm. I see
The
the vision.
seasoned pretzels. I love those. There's more in there. There's something wrapped in this that I don't know.
What is that?
I don't know.
Let me see
It's
this thing.
frozen and it's a stick of some kind.
Bam, that's a drop.
Okay, we got a lot going on. Okay,
All right,
okay.
we'll have a draft
yeah,
later.
absolutely.
All right. Whiskey Paul, you're amazing. Thank you for getting us set for another football weekend and for the Packers tonight. Just for that, I may actually pick them tonight. Do I do it with the dropping the 3.5? We'll find out at 1:30. Well, that was nice. It's always nice to receive a package,
appreciate
especially
it,
during
man.
football.
We appreciate our listeners, our wonderful listeners, always looking out for us. We love when you guys send us stuff. So appreciate you, Whiskey Paul, specifically for this one. And we will definitely be getting after it because there's some stuff that we could definitely house this weekend when we're watching some football.
From Mequonico, Wisconsin. Go Indians. All right. Says, love the show. And this is for all of us. Actually, he didn't name it, but he said 15 separate draft picks. He did say he's got it parceled out to 5 me, 5 you, 4 him.
I'm willing to give TLC a few of my draft picks, knowing that the kid just moved into a new apartment. We can stock up his fridge and get him going.
Last night was the first night sleeping at the new apartment.
How'd that go?
I didn't oversleep. I made it to work,
Okay.
so everything's on schedule.
We got the TV set up. What's all the furniture set up?
I need
ready
a
to go?
couch.
You need a couch.
That's the next step.
Okay.
Sam's Club.
I
I'm
saw
coming
one
for
on the
you.
corner the other day. You want to drive by and pick it up real fast?
I
can't.
put it on my
I
shoulders
didn't
and
take
carry
a
it.
black light over it or anything, but it's free. It's a good home.
Oh, man. There was an MTV show, AR. Cannot remember the name of it back in the day, but that was like one of my favorite scenes where they would bring out like the black light and they would like go in somebody's room. And it was
Favorite
just
scene?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Actually. It was. Just to see how crazy people are getting in there.
All right, that's a what they call a pick me up, Paul. That's a well done. It's a well done pick me up. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm
You got some
early
ideas?
scouting. The pretzels with the honey mustard is my early call.
Is it a honey? Is it like a powder? Was it like a seasoning, or was it like a normal type of honey mustard, like a dip? I couldn't really tell from
a dip,
over here.
a dip stick.
Because you're not much of a chef, AR. You don't really. You're kind of a.
That sounded like a shot.
No, I'm
AR.
just asking. Like he's a pizza guy, Cheez-Its guy, pickup, delivery type of
Sounds
guy.
like a great diet.
I don't think I've ever heard AR say, "Hey, I was in the
Made a
kitchen
meal.
or I was on the grill doing this." In our years of doing
Maddie,
the show together,
I don't cook, but I cook. All right. He'll have to tell me exactly where this mustard comes from. Because it's in a frozen situation. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
So I need to know the instructions on that. So sausage, hickory sticks, mustard, pretzels, also a cutting knife for each.
That's probably what this is then.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
You need
this is what this
any
is.
cutlery at home?
I need one of these for sure. So I'm going to take
draft
this
it.
as my first draft pick.
There
We may
go.
have
right
to have
here.
an order.
If there's not more in there, you
said-
can have this.
He said one for each.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if there's not, you can have this TLC. But I would like to lay
Look at
claim
that.
to this.
We got you a housewarming present.
Yep. Thank you.
Summer sausage
Exactly. And a knife.
and a
to
knife.
to cut it.
Or maybe protect
yeah.
yourself.
I only have butter knives, so I do need like
yeah,
a
you gotta-
steak knife or like something to cut like meat, like chicken.
Oh yeah.
Is an Eskimo pie and a knife. All right, so we got some stuff to do today. NFL picks against the number. This is what I did like. There was one quote that came out of the coaches show today. Many quotes, but one that I really liked. And I pointed this out on Monday. Ryan Day was asked about the defense, asked about the play of the Ohio State defense this season. And he said he's not ever happy about anything. I absolutely loved it because we know he's exaggerating. But, however, when I watched the Grambling game, and obviously we're going to forget it, flush it, forget it, but it's the only game we have to talk about.
Yeah.
We're not going to go back to Texas, and we'll preview Ohio a lot tomorrow. And so, but when you're able to bring all sorts of blitz pressure and even if they don't get home, there's no way Grambling can make you pay. Ryan Day is allowed to judge it differently. He is, because that's the key to becoming a championship team is to, I pointed out, I love Jermaine Matthews. You get a free run at a quarterback and a corner blitz, you can't whiff. You just can't. There's nobody blocking you can't miss. When you have Grambling ripping off a 20-yard run, somebody couldn't corral him. I can't remember who. Guys didn't get off blocks is my point. And you know what happened? Grambling missed a 36-yarder, a kick. Wouldn't have mattered in the game.
Yeah.
But what he's looking at is what coaches do, is they're saying when we have the advantage, can we execute that advantage? And they did for 98% of the game. So, but I love the fact that he said today, I'm not going to glaze a palooza on my own team.
It's usually the mindset of a coach, right? And I think that's great from the top down. If everybody can feel that energy coming from the coach, while yes, you feel good about what you did, it's still not good enough because we got a long way to go to get back to the top of the mountain where we were last year. And you talked about some of those missed opportunities from the defense, whether it's missed assignments or missed tackles. There's a quarterback coming into town that's going to apply some pressure with his legs this week, and Parker Navarro, who already this year, he's racked up 27 carries, 19 of those last week. And last season, he ran for over 1,000 yards. So that's a strength of his. Now, it's one thing to do it in the MAC and to do it against some of these other opponents and doing it against Ohio State. But that is a guy to where if you don't contain, you don't keep him in the pocket, or if he gets to the second level and, he makes one guy miss, he could hurt you there. So definitely something to monitor on Saturday is the legs of Parker Navarro and how he gets busy there, because he can definitely hurt you.
All right, we'll dip our toe in the water on the NFL. Big one tonight. And one legendary player says an NFL powerhouse is ready to go away for the season. We'll see if we agree next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Now at Great Lakes Hyundai, save on new 2025 Sonatas with 0% financing for 60 months. 0% while supplies last. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com.
Listen up, players. You won't want to miss this. Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose.
So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spreads, totals, or player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
Bob Yoakum, president of Rockford Homes, talks about what makes First Bank of Central Ohio different.
I would say it starts by caring. It starts by doing what you say you're going to do and following through on it. When you're talking about local, you're talking about relationships and people that matter to you. I don't care if that's personally or professionally.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
CME wants to beat your bike or boat loan rate by 1.5% APR. Enjoy no payments for 90 days, low rates, and terms up to 84 months. Take the summer off and ride easy with CME. Terms and conditions apply. Minimum floor rate of 6.25% APR. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit CMEFCU.org for additional details.
It's Thursday Night Football on The Fan. Catch the Commanders and Packers live from Lambeau. Fan coverage starts Thursday at 8.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your radio home of the NFL, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means you pick your wager. Will it be $1, $2, a crisp $20? Your call. Like picking your own numbers? Use any inspiration you like. Birthdays, jersey numbers, you name it. And if you don't feel like choosing, there's the Super Quick Auto Pick. With regular promotions that'll get you more bang for your Keno buck, multiple ways to win, prizes galore, and live draws every few minutes. Anytime is the right time to get in on the Keno action. Keno is always fun, your way. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Fraud in government is a crime, and it robs taxpayer dollars. I'm Ohio Auditor of State Keith Faber, and my job is to catch people that lie, cheat, and steal, report suspicious behavior, and help stop fraud. Learn the red flags, speak up, and protect your tax dollars by calling 1-866-FRAUD-OH.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at onnradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A summer day for us yet again with the dry spell continuing. Daytime highs will get into the low 80s with plenty of sun, and then for tonight, clearing skies overnight with lows in the mid 50s. We end the work week with plenty of sunshine and light winds with our daytime highs getting up into the mid 80s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The best teams don't always win titles. Sounds like AR and Maddie bragging about their fantasy teams.
Hey, that's cheating!
This is Rothman and Ice.
Fun of the honey mustard is from Kala's Honey Farm.
Okay.
Which is their own recipe for honey mustard, which is made using 18% pure honey. Those bees are working. It's a zesty mustard featured at a number of local bar and grills. I can't wait to dip into that.
Sounds like it'd be good on a nice little sandwich, AR, like a little turkey sandwich, you know? Maybe a little lettuce, tomato, bacon on top of some turkey, some nice bread, you know what I mean?
BLT.
Yeah.
Bacon, lettuce, and tomato.
I haven't had a BLT
Might find
in
on
years. I used to
bacon,
love
lettuce,
those.
and tomato sandwich.
I used to love those as a kid, man. My mom used to absolutely make the best BLTs.
All right, honey mustard's a win. Thank you, Whiskey Paul. We'll get to our draft later
I love
on.
that, TLC. Everything that was in the box, AR is hype about this honey mustard.
Yeah, I know.
The condiment.
Yeah,
that's
you know,
18% natural
Maddie, listen, Maddie was hyped about the knife.
Well, because like TLC, I need a nice knife at the crib. I really do.
I'm laughing at Matty Ice saying my mom made the best BLTs. I'm like,
back in the day?
Doesn't everybody make them the same? It's the same ingredients for everybody.
No, see, here's where you're mistaken. No, you guys aren't seeing the vision. There's
you use special
different
lettuce?
types of bacon. Come on, like the way you cook bacon is different. Different tomatoes, different breads, different spreads on the breads. Okay, don't do Mama Hayes' BLT
I'm
like
not
that.
Dogging her.
I got a knife in my hand
I'm
right
not-
now.
I'm
I'll
not
protect my
dogging her.
mama at all costs.
I'm not dogging her.
We may have to see one of these BLTs, and that way we can decide. You may have to bring one in because you know the recipe. You're the only one.
Tough to get that done for you guys. She doesn't live here anymore.
No, you make it. You know.
No, I don't have the recipe. I don't know how to make it. She always.
But you ate it.
But I don't know how to make it.
I don't know how to make
But
a
you remember the
BLT.
ingredients.
That's what we're talking about right now.
I don't. That's what I'm
you
saying.
don't?
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying.
It was
She
a
just
nameless.
She's making it. I'm saying
spreads
I
and
know
just
how
slid it in
good
front of
they
you.
are. Just let me know when
Give
it's
it to
done.
Matty. He'll eat it.
Yeah.
All right. Then it dies with the recipe.
It's in the wind.
Over. Oh, that's too bad.
It's in the wind. I've been trying to get my grandma's recipes from my mom's for years. She hasn't handed those down.
We did everybody in our family.
It's bacon, lettuce, tomato. There's the secret.
Everybody in our family
this guy
put a recipe in that we loved.
Yeah.
And we made a massive cookbook for the entire family.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It has all the recipes, everyone's favorite thing.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brothers
That's how it
like
should be done.
salami and cheese sandwich with like barbecue sauce on it.
Ooh.
Also,
salami and cheese sandwich with barbecue sauce. That's a new one for me because
that was a Kansas City special.
I used to love salami, but I just put like regular mustard on there.
Yeah.
I haven't heard about that one.
Now,
I'm kind of in on that.
If your mom makes you a BLT, are you saying, hey, there's too much fat and bacon, I'm not eating this?
No. I'm signing up for the full ride.
Mom,
Let's go.
trim the fat off this. I'm not a kid anymore.
Yeah.
All right, so this has been a common theme, and I'm wondering if fueling this fire is stupid. I never fueled the fire. I just said what I believed that Kansas City was gettable this year. Kansas City is at home this weekend, 4:25 kick on Sunday in a Super Bowl rematch when they got shred to ribbons. And now you could make the case that if Chris Jones doesn't make that mental blunder on Herbert's clinching run, then maybe there's a chance they come back and win in Brazil, even without their top two receivers. So they're a home dog. I don't know when the last time they were.
What's the line on that?
It's 1.
All right, so it's a pick 'em, essentially.
But
they're a
technically
dog
they're a home dog at Arrowhead, which is not common.
Right.
And it's a Super Bowl revenge game, and they're 0-1. And now it's just pour more gasoline on the fire. And here's Gronk talking about KC.
Remember Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas? And Buster Douglas finally beat the crap out of Mike Tyson and made Mike Tyson not invincible anymore. Well, this is kind of the same situation. The Philadelphia Eagles opened the floodgates last year in the Super Bowl versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, hey, we're not afraid of this super team, Kansas City Chiefs, that are very, very well known. I feel like a lot of teams last year had that fear. Oh, I can't swing on the Chiefs. We can't give them our best shot. The Philadelphia Eagles punched them in the face. The Chiefs didn't know how to react to that because no one else was doing that. Well, going into this year now, the Los Angeles Chargers punched them in the face. The Chiefs were like, whoa, they're coming at us. How do we react? Well, they didn't know how to react because no one was doing that before. So the Philadelphia Eagles opened that floodgate of, hey, if you punch these guys in the face, you take it to them, you come out swinging, they're going to fold, and they're not going to be the team that you've been seeing all last year.
All right, first of all, he's absolutely nuts about acting like no one's ever punched them in the face. They won umpteen one-score games last year. They were as gettable as anybody last year, but their experience and their quarterback and their coaching brought them through in the fourth quarter. So don't tell me that no one dazed them last year. They were walking around dazed. They just shook the cobwebs out for the fourth quarter of every game. They beat you guys by a score, the Bengals by a point, Atlanta by 5, Chargers by 7. Go through the overtime against Tampa, 2 points over Denver, 3 points at Carolina. They beat the Raiders by 2. What's he talking about? No one knew how to punch them.
Outside of the Carolina game, there's a couple division games in there that you mentioned, and there's some heavy hitters that you mentioned in there as well. I'm not hopping on this train right now. This train that's rolling where everybody's looking at Kansas City and seeing some blood in the water. I'm not there yet. They're not whole yet. They don't have their best offensive player yet in Rashee Rice. They're not going to have Xavier Worthy. So, look, the last 2 times we've seen them, it's been ugly. It really has been ugly. Philadelphia bullied them, but Philadelphia can bully a lot of people the way that their team has built. And I don't know if there's a lot of people or teams that have been built the way Philadelphia has been built, especially down there in the trenches. And so this team knows how to get it done. I think they will calm the waters just a little bit. What is eye-opening to me, though, is the lack of pop on the offensive side of the ball. Because when you look at Pat Mahomes right now and where he is and the ability to push the ball downfield or lack thereof right now, this guy's first 6 seasons in the NFL, 5 of those 6, he averaged 8 yards per pass. The last 3 years, it's 7, 6, and after week 1 against the Chargers, it's 6 again. So they just don't have the ceiling offensively that they've had over the years. And so they have to find some type of way to get back to doing that because, to Gronk's point, I don't know if they are striking fear in opponents the way that they are, because I think they could play that mental game before the game was even kicked off, that it's the Kansas City Chiefs and you can play tight against those guys and then you can stumble into some mistakes. And so, yeah, there's no doubt this is a put up or shut up game for them this week, and especially when you look at their division, and on top of the Chiefs right now is the Chargers, Broncos, and Raiders, all with dubs in week 1.
They weren't this team last year. This isn't new. They scored 22 points a game last year. They were middle of the pack in the NFL. They won it on experience and defense and timely plays. That's who they are. I totally agree with you. With Tyreek and those years, they were take the lid off, and you couldn't stay with them. And when you thought you had them, Mahomes slithered out of it. And they have a really good kicker, and they could count on a guy. That's who they are. Championship coaching, Hall of Fame quarterback, timely running plays, and a defense that could stand tall, and they didn't have to win every game offensively. But last year, they were not the offensive juggernaut. They weren't. And so it has caught up with them a little bit with the fact that Rayshie's out and Xavier's now out for a little bit, and Kelsey's getting older, and the running game is a piecemeal with Hunt and Pacheco. They got to get back to Mahomes cannot be their leading rusher. He just, in my mind, and
week
for them,
in, week out,
he
I
just
agree.
can't.
I agree.
He's not that kind of guy. I mean, first of all, you don't want him exposed. He's not Josh Allen, and he's not Lamar. He can do a lot because he's got a great mind and he sees things differently, and he can ad-lib passes. But he's making a good point that a lot of us have made, which is that Kansas City doesn't seem invincible anymore. The other thing about it is this isn't Buster Douglas because the Eagles aren't a 42-1 underdog. They're the champs, and they're a 1-point dog, and they're probably better.
Yeah.
So this is not the Kansas City all of a sudden is losing to the Carolinas. This is a very tough start for them. Interdivision rival, and now the champs. So we get to see what they're made of. I have no doubt that they have enough to hang with the Eagles. They do.
Even without Worthy?
I think they have enough to hang with them.
Yeah,
I'm going to pick the Eagles based on I think they're better. And I think Kansas City will get their attention. And I don't think the Eagles will have a letdown because they can't afford to. But no one's showering dirt over Kansas City. He can if he wants. I did say boldly, and it was supposed to be our crazy prediction, they'd be sub 500 before the bye week.
Yeah.
But I certainly wasn't kicking them out of the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet.
I think what this shows to me, or what this has highlighted to me, because you talk about last year and how the offense was kind of in the mud. Baked into that was, again, no Rashee Rice, no Hollywood Brown for a while. So this is just something I think that it doesn't get talked about enough. Whether you're Brock Purdy, whether you're Pat Mahomes, whether you're Lamar, Josh, whoever, you have to have dudes. You have to have difference makers. No matter how great your quarterback is, if defenses don't respect what you have going on as far as weapons go, it could be a clunky type of situation for your quarterback. And Pat Mahomes is so great and Andy Reid is so great that they can still find ways, but it's just hard. It's tougher. And when you watch Kansas City right now on offense, that's just the way it feels to me, is that everything is hard for them after years of just having so much easy flow on offense. And part of that, too, is Father Time coming to get Travis Kelce. You can just see it. He doesn't have that same wiggle and juice that he had years ago. And so they were trying to layer this thing together, and you could see what they were trying to build as far as, hey, when Travis starts to fade away a little bit, then we can hand the keys over to Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy and those guys. But those guys haven't been available enough for all of this to come together consistently.
The Xavier Worthy package that I'm sure they had dialed up last week just never got there. They couldn't. He's out.
Right.
And it changed it. And it's not like they got blown off the field either. They had a chance to win the game without their best weapon. So I'm not driving the train on that they're done.
Me either.
Believe me. And who knows? Maybe they can find a little help somewhere. Not Tyreek. He's probably going to Seattle or wherever. But this is a chance now to really see what Kansas City's made of again.
Oh, that's interesting. You threw Seattle in there. You think Seattle's going to trade for Tyreek?
I feel like as far away as possible.
Okay. I think
from the southeast to the northwest.
If the legal stuff clears up, I think Kansas City is going to be desperate to get him back. I think that's where he's going to end up again. And then he can just hit the ground running in an offense he knows, and they will have a chance to look scary again. Seattle, that's an interesting one for me, AR.
I don't know how Kansas City feels about him specifically, but
maybe time heals all. That's fair.
Maybe
it's a big
it gets back to we want to win.
Yeah.
And
he
we'll
wants
tolerate
to too.
And he wants to as well.
We'll see though.
But the lack of worthy serious injury may prevent that from happening.
Maybe so.
If he comes back sooner. We do our NFL picks against the number in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Get the MVP, more value price from Coughlin Chevrolet. Lease a new 2026 Chevy Trailblazer, only $198 a month. New 26 Chevy Equinox, $239 a month. Or a new 26 Silverado, just $399 a month. Visit CoughlinChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
36-month lease with $39.99 due at signing, plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. Ends 9/30/25.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of our specialties here at Pella Wilson is getting rid of old, smaller windows with no view and replacing them with huge, beautiful windows that can change the look and feel of your home.
We tried that once, but we cut the hole a bit too big, so we had to put in a garage door instead in their dining room.
Wilson.
Didn't improve the view, but they do have a drive-through now, so you're welcome, Grewball family.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice. NFL picks.
Sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, trips to a first-round postseason game, and more. Register today at roosterswings.com.
All right, TLC, lay them out.
First of all, do we have running water back in this place yet?
Yes, we do, sir.
Okay.
Good, because I got like 3 Gatorades here, and I looked at Maddie and said, I'm afraid to drink any of these.
I know. I was about to say, I'm about at the end of my water bottle here, and I wanted to refill it, and I didn't know if I could.
I'm more worried about the flushing capability.
Well, that as well. I've been holding it for that, too. Anyway, good to know. We have a Thursday night football game because it's Thursday. That's how that works. It's on Prime. Commanders at Packers. Packers 3-point favorites at home. If you liked Micah Parsons last week, what do you think he's going to do this week?
It's a bigger challenge with that type of mobile quarterback. They look strong. Green Bay is the team. I don't sense a letdown here. They got a great win over division rival. This will get their attention. Short week for both. The point spread is 3.
Yep.
I think the Commanders' run defense is a little better. I feel safe picking the Packers -3, and that at worst, I'll probably get a push. So in honor of Whiskey Paul, I'll take the Pack and lay the 3.
Commanders had to grind it out a little bit against a really good defensive line last week via the New York Giants. This week, it gets no easier because you watch the Packers. We all watched the Packers last week, and they just whooped Detroit up front. They feel good about now not having to blitz much, and so that could get tricky on the back end for the Commanders. I'll lay the 3 and roll with the Cheeseheads as well.
All right, Browns at Ravens. We got it here on Channel 10. Ravens -11.5.
How you like this comment, AR?
Yeah.
Grant Delpit talking to the media right now. He was asked, how hard is it to bring down Ravens running back Derrick Henry? Quote, not hard. So we got...
There's a script going around.
We got Jerry Jeudy talking tough yesterday. Now we got
no
Grant
challenge.
Delpit.
The no challenge secondary. Derrick Henry, not hard.
Feeling disrespected by Vegas. Browns are feeling good. They're like, hey, we almost beat the Bengals last week. Let's get it in. This game's on the road, obviously, for the Browns. Ravens are absolutely furious after what happened last week.
Gonna open up a can?
I want to. but I will take the 11.5. That's a lot of points for a divisional game.
So it's a very good mental hedge for you because you could still have a comfortable win and feel good about the pick. I do want to give the Browns some respect in this. I don't like all the talk. I do feel like, back to what I always say, it's a lot of points until it isn't. And I could see the Ravens winning this game 28-14 and covering just fine.
Joe going back home, his old stomping ground.
So give me the Ravens. I'm laying the 11.5.
Jaguars at Bengals. Bengals 3.5-point favorites.
One of the tougher ones for me because I do like the Jags this year. Zach always stinks in week 1. He got by week 2. He stinks also. He's already asking the fans to cheer early and often. Why do NFL coaches feel like they got to?
Because I think they're saying, our home atmosphere to start games isn't great. You think Mike McDonald is asking the 12s to get there early in Seattle? No, Zach Taylor's seeing something. He's like, come on, Houday Nation. We need you early and often. Get here.
Listen, this is not going to be a massive break on the pass rush. I know the Browns are awesome. The offensive line isn't great for Cincy, but I'm gonna take the 3.5. I just think historically the Bengals are slow starters. They proved it in week 1, and see if the Jags can keep it close.
Yeah, I mean, the Jaguars' offense will be more potent to me than what Cleveland brought to the table, especially through the air last week. So that's a little concerning. I also don't love that their starting center and Lucas Patrick is going to be out. And I know Mike Petragula said he wasn't too concerned about it, but I am. But it's still Joey B to me at home. I'll lay the 3.5, but I don't love it.
Seahawks going to the Eastern time zone, to Pittsburgh specifically. Steelers -3 at home.
Am I taking the bait on what I saw from Aaron Rodgers last week? That I don't know. Now, you got a West Coast team coming east-ish, Midwest, I know, but Eastern time zone, how does that affect them? I'll roll with the Steelers up front. I think that defense can frustrate Sam Darnold more times than not. So, yeah, I'll lay the 3.
Seahawks have a very good running game. I think they could probably hang in this game. Aaron Rodgers was good from a result standpoint. I don't want to be mesmerized by it because it was like 4.5 yards in the air, it felt like, per play. And the play action worked with him. It would have to work again. And I'm going to lay the 3 because the line is just too good for me to grab it with Seattle on the road. So Pittsburgh -3 is the play.
And the Ravens are -5.5 going to Nashville. That's an interesting one.
You mean?
Yeah, what did I say?
Ravens.
Did I really?
Yep.
Rams -5.5 going to Nashville.
I liked some of the stuff Cam Ward was doing. His pass catchers there did not help him out
dropped a lot
last week. That dude is an absolute baller, in my opinion. I'm going to take the 5.5 and roll with the Titans. Rams coming in with a banged-up offensive line. Don't love that formula.
Boy, it feels like you're right that and that was against a very good defense in Denver.
Yes.
He kind of hung in there.
He did.
And his receivers didn't help him. Now he's back at home, a Rams team, who, by the way, gets the Eagles next week. So maybe they
looking ahead
peek ahead a hair. Mm-hmm. Boy, I hate backing the Titans, but I'm going to do it. Give me the Titans in the 5.5.
How about the Patriots at the Dolphins? Shockingly, despite what we saw out of them last week, the Dolphins are still a favorite in this game.
I got burned on both last week. Got burned on both these teams last week. I am not backing the Dolphins. They have, A, they're bad. B, they look just like a mess as far as togetherness. Number 3, they may be missing 2 starting offensive linemen, which is why I'm thinking about benching Achane in fantasy. So give me the Patriots to kind of get right a little bit and find a way to win a game. They've not been great at Miami the last several years, but I just can't trust the Dolphins here, and I do trust Vrabel to kind of hang in there and get it right.
He'll tighten up the screws a little bit and get things in order. Just the energy around Miami is just so bad, man. It's so bad, and it's been so bad for months. And now you got, guys from the Colts talking about the game plan was if you take away Tua's first read, he doesn't know what to do after that. I'm rolling with New England down there in the 305.
The biggest road favorite of the week, the Bills, 6.5 points in the Meadowlands, taking on the Jets.
It's a tricky line. Tricky line for me because Justin Fields.
It's tricky to rock a rhyme that's right on time. It's tricky.
Yeah, there you go. Justin Fields looked pretty doggone good last week. Give me the 6.5 Bills go on the road, maybe a little letdown after getting praised all week for their amazing comeback against the Ravens. I'm going to go with the Jets at home in a tough divisional matchup.
It's weird, Matt. I do have the Jets circled as well. Bills maybe a hair of a letdown after the emotional win over Baltimore. The secondary for the Bills did not look great. The Jets did stay close. Probably felt they blew the game against Pittsburgh.
And I think their run game. Yes.
Go ahead. No, you're exactly right. I think their run game can hurt them like Baltimore's run game hurt them. And it's the number that gets me. I do think Bills win the game, but I'm going to take that. You said 6.5?
Yep.
I'll take the 6.5 for the Jets.
Breece Hall looked good last week, AR. He looked good.
Yeah, the left side of that O-line looked really good, too. And I think Armand Membo actually got the highest PFF rating for any offensive lineman in week 1. So, quite the debut.
Yep.
Fox games, Giants out, Cowboys -5. Davis and Olsen.
Oh, this is me.
Yes. You play.
This is tough because the Giants ran a lot of plays inside the 5 and came away with nothing. Like, they got there. You watch this game, like, they ran 8 plays inside the 3 and came over with 3 points. Like, so if there's a little bit left on the bone there, I just like Dak in the divisional game. His record's amazing. I think there is a moral victory for the Cowboys there from week 1. I do think that there's something there that they feel like they can capitalize on. It's never fun, as you say, against the divisional rival, but I just feel like the Cowboys, 6 though. All right, it's 5?
5.
All right, that changed my mind. I'm laying the 5 with the Cowboys.
So the Giants have a dominant defensive line. Dallas AR, they're going to be without their all-pro corner Deron Bland for a few weeks, it sounds like, which is going to open up the door for Malik Neighbors to get busy. And I would, Jackson Dart may play in the second half if this gets ugly early. I don't want to do this, but I'll lay the 5 and roll with Dallas just because in my mind Russell Wilson is starting, and that was ugly last week.
All right, let's cut it there for halftime.
Cut it.
And we'll finish it off in the second hour of the program coming up next. We do have a Buckeye Bulletin. We'll get you caught up on Coach Day's presser and how the Bobcats are feeling about this one on Saturday night. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon, even if this promo is playing in the morning. No judgment.
Sweet morning drinking.
The Fan.
Bobcat Enterprises says thank you for your support as they celebrate 50 years of serving the construction industry. Established in 1975 in Cincinnati, Bobcat Enterprises has expanded to 9 stores to meet you where you are in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Find equipment for any construction project, including compact track loaders and excavators. Plus, Bobcat Enterprises rents compact equipment and attachments. Find current specials and locations at bobcatent.com or follow Bobcat Enterprises Inc. on Facebook. Bobcat Enterprises, 50 years working for you. The season may be winding down, but there's still time to make the most of Buckeye Lake. At Buckeye Lake Marina, we have year-end deals on boats, accessories, and more to get you ready for next year's adventures. Looking to upgrade? The Buckeye Lake Marina staff is there to help you find the perfect boat at unbeatable prices. Buckeye Lake Marina has a long list of satisfied customers and want you to be the next. Don't wait. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Toyota West. And with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of 0 down and 0 payments until 2026. And every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. Offer expires 9/30. No payments for deferred payment. Interest accrues at time of inception with approved credit.
Listen up. ESPN Unlimited is now included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV. Spectrum gives you everything from ESPN, live games, original series, top analysis, and more. Spectrum is really stepping up with this offer, and you get more of me, Stephen A. Smith. Get your act together and go to spectrum.com/entertainment for details. ESPN Unlimited and more popular streaming apps are included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV. Restrictions apply.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. fresh for everyone.
Right now, USDA Choice Boneless Chuck Roasts or Value Pack Chuck Steaks are only $6.99 a pound with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
BMI Federal Credit Union has been voted best credit union for the past 7 years in a row. With personalized service and excellent products, BMI FCU is ready to help with all your banking needs. Visit bmifcu.org to open an account today.
Sunday, a day of rest, relaxation, and Browns football. Catch the Brownies as they battle the Ravens in Baltimore.
Live fan coverage starts Sunday at 11 with the Kick It One.
Your Central Ohio home of the Browns, The Fan.
We've all got our daydreams, right? Little things, big things, things you know one day you'll do. Then, out of nowhere, cancer. And all your plans don't change a bit. I would know. I'm about to jump out of an airplane with my dad. Our first time skydiving solo, and my second year since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health. All right, Dad, let's go. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keep-making-plans.
Matty Ice here. Football is back, and it also marks the kickoff to huge savings at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Right now, you can get a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 with up to $12,000 off MSRP for qualified buyers. Just imagine riding up to your tailgate party in a brand new Silverado from McDaniel. And McDaniel GM Superstore has been family-owned and operated for over 100 years. They're just a short drive north off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, Buckeye Bulletin time, and nothing has really changed with the spread. It's still 31, and the money line is now minus 10,000, which means, I'll dumb it down for myself and anybody else that's listening that wants to know, that means Ohio State's a 99% implied odds to win the game.
Okay.
But as far as the spread goes, it's 31, and the over-under is 51. Here's Ryan Day on trying to start fast and spread it around.
Yeah, I think that was something we wanted to do coming into the game. You saw us play with some tempo. We spread the ball around. We got the ball in space to some of our players, which is something we always have to do. I felt like in the first game, we did establish the physicality that needs to continue, needs to grow, needs to build. But we also want to get the ball spread around. So when we're doing both of those things, that's when we're putting the most stress on the defense.
It's one thing to want to spread the ball around, and it's another thing to have the options to do so, and they have that. They really do, and we know up top who it starts with, and then Carnell and the way that he's looking right now, and going back to last year, like his game is really just rounding into form, and he's going to be a beast all season long. But just outside of those guys, we've just seen guys complement the two playmakers and what they can do. That tight end room's gotten a lot of attention, and rightfully so, because guys have really stepped up, whether it's Will Kazmarek, Jelani Thurman, Max Clare. You got a lot to worry about when you're a secondary going up against Ohio State. Would like to see them AR establish maybe a little bit more physicality up front with the run game in the coming weeks, because the talent is there. Maybe that takes a little bit of time to gel together when you have new bodies and a couple new bodies up front on the offensive line. But there's going to have to be a point in time where we all know, hey, when these Big Ten games start coming along, when the weather starts to change a little bit, you got to have your offensive line put their hand in the ground and blow people off the ball. So that's just something for me that I'd like to see get cranked up a little bit, and just have that room gain some confidence as well. Because if that does start to turn a corner and really crank up, then you're talking about an offense that more times than not is going to be unstoppable, and what they're going to be able to do on Saturdays.
Yeah, it's right now it's a committee, and we haven't had enough games to really know about the running back room, if someone's going to take this and run with it, or he just plays the hot hand. But he certainly has versatility in that running back room. We flip it to the defense. Here he is on defending Parker Navarro, who is a grad student, so he's not a young guy, 6 feet, 211, made 13 starts for the Bobcats last season. Here he is on that.
They equate numbers. So, they're going to read somebody and then run, or they're going to run the quarterback, which is +1 run. So numerically, they have an advantage. And obviously the second thing is the ability to escape or extend plays with his feet. So all of those things are a concern when you're playing against an athletic quarterback.
He was the MAC champion offensive player of the game last year. And he certainly is a guy that has experience. Now, whether or not he can do it against this defense, we'll see. But doesn't feel like a guy that's going to wilt under the pressure. His guy, Julian Sayin, here he is on him.
Yeah, I thought he was accurate. The ball came out on time. His feet were good. He was accurate downfield. So it was a good next step for him, and we'll put more on his plate this week.
That's big, right? And that's big to have the coach now feeling like, okay, he's kind of progressed past, my playbook 101, and now we can start opening this thing up more. And I'm sure there's going to be some things that they want to save for maybe later on for that Illinois game, Penn State, Michigan, whatever that may be. But I never thought that at this point Julian would have everything figured out. I don't even know if Will at this point last year, with all the experience he had coming in, had this offense really figured out by week 3. And so the progress, you can definitely see it. The quick decision making that coach has talked about, you can definitely see that. He doesn't look hesitant at all when he gets the ball. And so that's great, right? Is that he has an understanding of where to go post snap and what to do. And when you have the guys that he has around him, you really don't have to do too much. And so as long as he continues on this path and ascent within the offense and what he's asked to do week in and week out, Julian's going to be just fine, and that offense will be well-rounded a few weeks from now.
And then the defense just popping pads and ripping the ball out. Yes, it was Grambling, but it is about being opportunistic.
Matt calls it, CPR, club punch and rip, and then to get their hands on balls, tip balls, interceptions. And again, every coach in America talks about this, but we really tried to overemphasize it and work it during practice in terms of individual drills, but also against each other. That's happened. I thought it happened really good preseason, like the first half of the season or preseason. And so coming out of week 1, last week, we wanted to put an extra emphasis on it to try to, create turnovers and, attack that ball. So anytime we can do that, it gives us a better chance to win the game. We look at all these statistics and all these things, and as we all know, turnovers is critical. So these guys are going to continue to work on that, because the more turnovers we create, the better chance we have to win.
When you're that good and that talented, you can have that mentality, because a lot of coaches, when they don't have that, they can emphasize turnovers, but when you're trying to get turnovers, you lose a little bit of the fundamentals. The tackling, getting a guy to the ground, all you're concerned about is separating man from ball instead of wrapping and getting guys down. So lesser teams, in my humble opinion, can't take as many chances, because when you try to rip the ball on a moving person, you're not trying to get him down on the ground. And so, but this Ohio State defense can, and they can come in with that mentality because they have so much protection on the back end, and they have so many guys that can run and are very talented, strong, and fast. So Ohio State over the years has hung their hat on being opportunistic. 3rd and longs, blitzing, strip sacks, creating turnovers, forcing mistakes, and they'll eventually be that defense.
Yeah, you just got to fly to the ball, right? Everybody's got to fly to the ball, and you get you and your teammates around that, and one guy can hold up whoever the running back is, pass catcher is, whoever it may be, and you get some of that resistance, and you can have one of your teammates come in there and rip it out or do the Peanut Tillman punch and try to create turnovers there. Yeah, so that's it's critical, right? But just the fundamentals are going to be big this week with just the clean tackling, especially on Parker Navarro when he gets to the second level, because that will create some type of confidence for them if they can move the chains, especially early on in the game.
All right, that's today's Buckeye Bulletin.
Fellas, listen up. If you've been struggling with energy, if you're just sluggish, if you're tired, you're not getting out of bed and going to the gym the way you used to, that can change if you go see the wonderful folks at the Columbus Men's Clinic like I did. I went over there, got my blood checked. They can help you out with low T issues. They can help you out with ED issues as well. And there are no gimmicks. There's no guesswork. All it is, fellas, is real science and effective treatments. They have a personalized treatment plan for you. So so they will identify your issues and get after it right away. All of it, it's affordable, it's accessible. Consultation, including blood work, is just $99 with results before you leave. So take it from me. I feel great after going to the Columbus Men's Clinic. I've had guys reaching out to me over the last few weeks and saying, Matty Ice, I've been here in the spot, and I went over there, and I got right, too. So you only get one life, fellas. Take care of yourself. Procrastination is the worst thing you can do when it comes to your health. So call them at 614-300-7400, or you can visit them online at columbusmensclinic.com. Again, their number is 614-300-7400, or you can find all the info they have available for you at columbusmensclinic.com.
All right, coming up, final hour, Gold Jacket Thursday at 2:30, and up next, Gone But Not Forgotten. What's happening with Shedeur Sanders? We'll give you the latest next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
All the Ohio State conversation you can handle. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Your Ohio State flagship station. The Fan.
Common Man here. I want to tell you about my guy, Bob Capace, owner-operator of Worthington Jewelers for the past 25 years. If your only experience is going to the mall for jewelry, Bob and his team will blow you away. Service, quality, and a great price. The store is busy all the time because people keep coming back. True story. My 8-year-old daughter says to me, "When can we go see Mr. Capace again? He's nice." Yes, he's nice. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall from my friends at Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. 2 years ago, I was actually experiencing hip pain for the first time in my life, and I knew I needed the best. So I chose Orthopedic One for my physical therapy needs. And in a matter of weeks, I was rotating that golf swing better than before, and I was the longest hitter in my group again. So be like me and trust Orthopedic One and stay at the top of your game. Several convenient locations across Central Ohio. To find a physician or location near you, just go to orthopedic1.com.
He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown! This is what the Buckeyes train so hard for.
Just like Valvoline Instant Oil Change, their techs train like pros to deliver expert service every time.
Wait, are we talking about football or oil changes?
Both. Whether it's the Buckeyes on the field or your car in the bay, it's all about preparation and precision.
Can't argue with that.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit VIOC.com/Buckeyes today.
From sold-out stadiums under Friday night lights to more than 100,000 screaming fans on the banks of the Olentangy, America's football capital is right here in OHIO. But the greatest players and coaches of all time live in Canton at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It doesn't matter if you spend your Sundays yelling "Hoo Day" or barking like a dog from your seats in the pound. A trip to the Pro Football Hall of Fame should be on every fan's bucket list. Plan your trip at ProFootballHof.com. The Pro Football Hall of Fame. Ignite the passion, relive the glory.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
If you're itching for a new vehicle this fall, you have to go see my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Hey, it's Anthony. I drive an awesome Ridgeline, and you can drive home the rugged 25 Ridgeline Sport with 0% APR or lease for as low as $299 a month. Or go for the looks and reliability of a 2025 Honda Accord LX, just 3.99% APR, or lease it from only $199 a month. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, and GermainHondaofDublin.com.
It's always a good day at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship, September 18th through 21st at the Scarlet Course. PGA Tour's Rising Stars compete, Hub 13 drink specials, and more. Get free tickets today at ncc-golf.com.
5 words no one wants to hear? You need a new roof. What do you do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year, no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. Buckeye fans, did you know you can get 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you replace all the windows in your home with Window Nation? This month, when you buy 2 windows, Window Nation will give you 2 for free. Plus, you won't make any payments for 2 years. That's right. No interest, no monthly payments, and no down payment for 2 years. Get 1-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of The Ohio State University. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. Go Bucks!
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. In college football tonight, NC State's at Wake Forest at 7:30. From the NFL, Washington visits Green Bay at 8:15. Coverage on the Fan starts at 8. Cleveland rookie running back Quinshon Judkins to practice today for the first time since minicamp. In baseball, Cincinnati's off while Cleveland hosts Kansas City at 7:15. 10-5 Kevin Williams starts for the Guards, who are now 74-71, winners in 5 of their last 6. NHL, Columbus Blue Jackets face the New Jersey Devils in the Prospects Challenge from Buffalo tonight at 7:30. The roster features 23 prospects and 8 former NHL draft picks. PGA Tour, Mackenzie Hughes is 8 under through 12, leading round 1 of the Procore Championship in Napa, California. This update sponsored by Behind the O. Buckeye fans, Behind the O is now in the App Store. Free for fans, NIL for athletes. Download the Behind the O app today. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hour number 2, because we're a 2-hour show today. So this piqued my interest during the break, because we haven't talked a lot after the Browns had their moral victory, Matty, against the Bengals. I thought Flacco was fine. He gave them a high floor, gave them a chance to win the game, had a couple passes that were just a little bit enough off target where a receiver had to lay out, which put the ball in a tough spot.
Some other
batted in the air
too that they just dropped, like the Jerry Jeudy one that was on 3rd or 4th down,
wide open over the middle.
That could have applied some real pressure on Cincinnati at that time if he catches that.
Let's just call it what it is. If they had a kicker, they're 1-0.
Probably so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe
Probably.
It may be a little much because Burrow still would have had time.
But their offense wasn't humming either on their side of things. Like
7 yards.
The Browns did a great job of slowing down one of the most dominant aerial attacks in the game. Like, they really did. So tip of the cap to Jim Schwartz, Myles Garrett, and that crew for what they did a week ago. Because if they got any help on offense or special teams, to your point, they probably are 1-0.
And then no one's talking about a change for a while, unless Flacco were to get injured.
Yeah,
they're just not talking about it. Because when you're 1-0, you're 1-0. You're winning. And you don't mess up with things. It's not about the future. It's about the present.
You know what the best thing
about the present
being 1-0 is?
No.
A chance to go 2-0. Remember when Urban used to drop that on us all the time?
What's the best thing about being 0-1?
Oh, man, a chance to go 1-1.
There you go.
Got to look at it that way, you know?
Chance to get to 500.
Yeah, got to have a proclivity.
As an 11.5-point dog at the Ravens.
Proclivity
for
big
positivity.
Word alert. We need a big
word alert.
Yeah, I'm trying
Anybody
to be like you,
there?
TLC.
Folks, what kind of sound effect could we drop when someone drops a big word? What's a good sound effect for it?
Well, we have the gong for
Name dropping.
For the glazing.
Mm-hmm.
Or, name dropping. Not necessarily the glaze.
Glazing. You were big on... Hey, we introduced AR to glazing, and he loves it.
You guys didn't introduce me to that.
He loves it.
He invented Glaze Fest.
I did invent Glazapalooza, but I don't know if you guys introduced me to it. It was being talked a lot about it amongst the bad boys up at Turtle.
My bad. Max and the crew got you right. We'll give them the credit.
If you like a good Glazapalooza, listen to this radio show on Mondays at 1:30.
Exactly.
Okay.
Where are we going with the proclivity of it all?
It's not,
That was a good word.
Yeah, it's a very good word.
It's I only got a handful of those up there.
I don't know if it's accoutrements, but...
It's not, no. You dropped some gems on us.
You need a sound effect.
I do.
We're not really the big word show, though. It's too
We're kind of becoming one. We've had a few in the past few weeks.
Yeah, we've been cooking here.
We're on a hot
bit.
streak.
We've been cooking a little bit.
Big word alert.
There's some up there.
We got some momentum.
Pickerington Public School education, helped me out a little bit.
You should go back. Maybe teach a class.
You should go up.
No, they don't want that. Gym class, maybe. That's all I'm good for. By the way, shout out to my high school beat our rivals week 1. Coach Hillerich and the gang getting it done.
Got to get you back to a game.
Against them Tigers, man. God, it looked good.
Get you back to a game, flip a coin, get to midfield.
On the CW, and you know who was on the call? The one and only Marty Bannister.
Tomorrow.
Who will join us tomorrow to preview Ohio U football because he is their play-by-play announcer. So don't miss that tomorrow. Our guy Marty Bannister coming back to have some fun with us to let you know what Parker Navarro and the gang are going to be bringing to the field.
I think it was on vacation when the Browns signed Bailey Zappi to a practice squad. This is the first I've heard of his name in a while.
Mm-hmm.
He played last year for Cleveland in that throwaway last game or whatever against you guys, and I haven't thought about him since. And today...
I don't think anybody has.
Well, today, we have learned that he is actually running the Browns scout team.
Okay.
And not Shedeur Sanders.
What does that tell you?
I don't know.
That Shedeur's getting like 0 reps.
That's right. It tells me that he's distant.
You know what it tells me? Is that maybe they feel better about the look from Bailey Zappi when you have Lamar Jackson on deck versus Shedeur's skill set.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go crazy with that. I know people are going to have fun with this probably and try to dunk on
He's
Shedeur.
not even running a scout team?
I'm not going to go there. My mind went to the look that maybe Bailey Zappi gives you because of who your opponent is this week.
Okay, let me bridge off of that. I agree with you that that's what it's designed to be, to simulate what you're supposed to see. The other side of it is that they're leaning into trying to win the game versus any evolution that Shedeur might have, that they're slowing down his reps because they're picking the game at hand in the present over anything that would kind of keep him getting some improving with some reps.
Because Dylan's not doing any of that either, is he? So, like, it's neither one of the rookies.
Well, Dylan's probably getting a little more in practice, I would imagine, then.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to go crazy about this. To me, this is it's a nothing story. I saw Shedeur out there last week on the sideline being a really good teammate when their kicker was going through it. I mean, he went over there and tried to show him some love. So all the inner workings of the snap counts and all of that, like, I'm not going down that road again. I'm not breathing life into any of that. Me personally, right now, I just happen to think that it's Bailey Zappi's skill set, and maybe Kevin Stefanski feels better about that for his defense than Shedeur does right now, because Shedeur's not a mobile guy. Like, you know what I mean? He's not doing any of that RPO stuff that they're going to see from Lamar in the game.
Yeah, no, I think that makes a lot of sense, but his little hype train has just been derailed. Whatever it was, it is where it is, and if they had to make a change at quarterback, it certainly wouldn't be him. It'd be Dylan. It sounds like to me, whenever that happens. So their schedule is tough. At Baltimore, home against Green Bay, at Detroit, then overseas to play the Vikes, at Pittsburgh. Like, that's their first 6 weeks. So I agree. We'll probably get to them, both of them, eventually, because you have to. But right now, at 0-1, losing by a point when you had the game on the toe of your kicker.
Yeah, you got to ride with Uncle Joe.
It's about kind of hanging in there.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
What kind of a leash do you guys think that Dylan Gabriel will have once he's in there? Because both guys were drafted to be backup quarterbacks. Like, you're not drafting a quarterback 3rd round expecting him to be like the future of your franchise. And so, like you were saying, whatever sort of developmental process they have for Shedeur Sanders is being put on the back burner for the purpose of short-term winning. But at the same time, it's like neither of those guys were drafted to be starters, so I don't think the Browns put that much focus on their development anyway, because it's probably going to be, if any mock drafts are any indication, they're probably going to be drafting their future quarterback next season.
Probably, yeah.
Which means I think that Dylan Gabriel would probably have a little bit of a short leash, certainly with the fans. The second they pull the plug on Joe Flacco, it's going to go right back to all the preseason talking points about Dylan Gabriel got this playbook or against this team, and Shedeur, you threw Shedeur Sanders or the Wolves against the Chiefs and the Eagles and all the tough teams or whatever. So I was going to go right back to that, but at least with the fans, it's definitely going to be a very quick hook with Dylan Gabriel.
And I don't know if it should be, right? Because I just think these guys are going to have to, the time on task it's what's needed for them. They got to take it on the chin as rookie quarterbacks. So I don't think it will be a quick leash, nor should it be with either one of those guys if they get the call after Joe Flacco has to go back to the bench, whenever that is. Like when you go away from Joe, you hand the keys over to one of the young guys and you let him figure it out or try to figure it out for a while.
Yeah, I'm with you on that they were both late draft picks, but I also feel like a lot of these teams feel like they can maybe find a diamond in the rough.
I also don't think a third-round pick's that late. Like I think that's pretty.
It's not like did they not draft him? There wasn't anybody in this draft outside of Cam Ward, and they weren't picking number one, that they felt like that maybe had the ceiling of someone that they would spend the pick on. The fact that we were talking about Shedeur as potentially the second overall pick, and they got him where they got him, had to feel good at the time. Like, for whatever reason, we went through all the reasons that it could have been. But the fact that they did get him where they got him, and there were some analysts that felt like that guy's a starting quarterback in the NFL, that had to make them feel good. The weird part for me was always they took Dylan 50 picks earlier. Like, they were both on the board, and they felt Dylan was better. So in their mind, they still have to feel Dylan is slightly better as far as what their scouting process goes. Now, once you get him into camp, you get to see him yourself, you get your coaches on him and all that. Okay, maybe they could swap a little bit, but I'm with you. This is a long season, and it's going to feel really long if they start losing now. So if Dylan gets in sooner rather than later, there'll be plenty of this season to divvy up between the two of them.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
There'd be no reason to put Dylan in there when they come back from overseas if they're, I don't know, make up a number, 2-3 or 1-5 or whatever they're going to be, 1-4. And all of a sudden you're throwing Dylan when you put him in there. The bye week's week 9. They get Miami at home, New England on the road. They come out of the bye week and go to the Jets, home against Baltimore, at the Raiders. You're in the second half of your season. I could see.
I like after the Pittsburgh game.
Home against Miami seems appropriate.
Give him a home game, and then he can go out on the road, and then whoever that guy is, Dylan or Shedeur, you give him a whole bye week to reassess, figure it out, and then come back on the other side with the Jets. So if they did it after the Pittsburgh game, I would understand why, because then he could have a couple games there against one team that looks really bad right now, Miami, and then New England, who I think will be pretty good this year. I like that window of time. If Flacco may do something crazy and flip this thing on its head, it doesn't feel like that's where we're headed.
He was almost 1-0.
Right.
That's what I mean. No, we established that they were 1 point away, a kick away, and all of a sudden it's you guys can hang out on the bench for a while. But logic would tell me that they would try to make the transition coming back from overseas because you have a bye week. And that's the time where you give the rookie a little more chance. But that would be his first start on the road at Pittsburgh if you wanted to do it that way.
So their bye is week 9, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
9,
bye week's week 9.
Yeah, I think that stretch there.
So how are they going to do that?
Like Lions, Vikings, Steelers. Both those games 4, 5, and 6. All three of those teams are gettable. They're all better than the Browns, but they are all vulnerable to some degree. If you go 0-3 against them, I don't think we need to see Joe Flacco leading an 0-6 team against the Dolphins.
I agree.
If you're 0-6,
that's why week 7 is an experiment spot. I like week 7.
And then you can divvy up the whole season.
Right.
And if you had to get Shedeur in there, you do it for week 10. Yeah.
By the way, this just all goes back to this is why teams don't draft quarterbacks like this, because all this is a mess. Like the Giants thing is clean, right? Like there's one guy, and then it's Jackson Dart. Like the Browns, all of this is just so clunky, and they put themselves in this corner.
They were desperate.
It just never made sense. And in the history of the league, you just rarely ever see this.
Well, you had to have arms because you got an old quarterback, and if you got injured, what do you do then?
Yeah, but you take to me, you take one young guy. You should have took Dillon in the third and kept Pickett, and kind of mirror. You know what I mean? And had Flacco, Pickett, and then Dillon.
Well, they could have kept Pickett.
Yeah, and they
didn't have to.
And
trade.
they got somebody got desperate because of an injury, and they got some draft. I believe it was the Raiders. Yeah, they got some draft.
That's what I
capital
thought
back.
would happen is that you keep them until somebody calls you up. But they were a team like if they were gonna be a football team this year, they had to draft some quarterbacks. It felt like they had to draft one at least. But yeah, they're in an odd spot right now. All right, pre-snap read coming up next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
When it comes to trucks, Toyota gives you the power of choice. Now through September 30th, get 1.75 APR financing or $3,000 customer cash on a powerful new 25 Tundra. Excludes TRD Pro. Or you can lease a 25 Tundra SR Crewmax for $409 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
From sold-out stadiums under Friday night lights to more than 100,000 screaming fans on the banks of the Olentangy, America's football capital is right here in OHIO. But the greatest players and coaches of all time live in Canton at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It doesn't matter if you spend your Sundays yelling "Hoo Day" or barking like a dog from your seats in the pound. A trip to the Pro Football Hall of Fame should be on every fan's bucket list. Plan your trip at ProFootballHof.com. The Pro Football Hall of Fame. Ignite the passion, relive the glory.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. TNCs apply in-app only.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
It's Sunday Night Football on the Fan. Catch the Falcons and Vikings live from Minnesota. Fan coverage starts Sunday at 7:30.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your radio home of the NFL, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, you might not be big on technology, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Maybe you've gone through a divorce or a bad breakup or a relative moved out. It's been hard, and you just want to take what you want and leave the rest behind. I will help you. Retiring and want to sell your commercial properties or land. I will help you. Sellers, whether you're selling as is or selling for top dollar, you're no longer alone. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A summer day for us yet again with the dry spell continuing. Daytime highs will get into the low 80s with plenty of sun, and then for tonight, clearing skies overnight with lows in the mid 50s. We end the work week with plenty of sunshine and light winds with our daytime highs getting up into the mid 80s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, a little Bet365 time.
Let's do it, because right now, if you're a new customer at Bet365, they have an amazing deal waiting just for you, where you can bet $5 and you will get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger if you bet on a money line, spreads, player props, totals, all the goodness happening over there at Bet365. They have a cool early payout offer right now for both the NFL and college football. You get an instant payout if the team you bet on goes up by 17 points, even if they lose the game. So do not pass up on these cool opportunities happening right now at Bet365.
The other thing you'll get tonight is what they call a safety net bet, where you can get up to $10 back if your single game parlay loses in the Commanders and the Packers.
Okay.
So, no harm, no foul.
Josh Jacobs is on a heater right now when it comes to touchdowns. 9 straight games going back to last year with a touchdown. So a good pickup for them coming over from the Raiders. He's been rock solid within that offense. I'm doubling down. Give me 2 Josh Jacobs tutties tonight, plus 220 at Bet365, excuse me. So, I'm going with the former Alabama running back Josh Jacobs. 2 or more touchdowns, plus 220 is the juice on that.
All right, I rarely do this, and that's like jinx my guy or bet on him. If anything, I usually bet against him. But I'm going to take Debo over 60.5 rushing and receiving yards combined.
Okay.
I think they got to have something planned for him. They got to try to neutralize Micah any way they can. And I think they'll try to use him a lot. I could see myself betting Jaden Daniels to score a touchdown.
I'd like that.
But I'm going to stick with that.
Download the app today, folks, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In app only.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Oh, and Jaden Reed will probably score a touchdown because I didn't pick him up in fantasy. All right. Finish off the games, big man.
Yeah. How about the Bears at the Lions? The Lions are -6.
I mean, they were averaging less than 4 yards a carry last week. That's bad. Probably their worst in 5 years. And so they're going to run it now. They're going to run it against the Bears. The Vikes did a pretty good job wearing the Bears down late in that game. It opened up everything for JJ. So, and Detroit's going to be obviously fired up, coming in off a bad loss and facing their old OC, which was the key to it all. Like, can't lose him. Both are desperate. Usually when this happens, I take the 6. It seems like a lot of points right now against some teams that both think they're probably in this game. I do think the Lions will run it. There'll be some spots for them. But I'm going to take the Bears with the 6.
So I haven't heard anything about Jalen Johnson, the Bears' really good corner. I know he didn't play in the game against you guys. This is where my belief in Dan Campbell comes into play and his ability to get his team in line after they got embarrassed last week on the road. So I'll lay the 6. Detroit coming back to the crib. I think they'll have a clean day. So I'm rolling with them.
We got 49ers at Saints. 49ers -3 on the road.
Worst quarterback matchup on the board this week on paper, Mac Jones.
Spencer Rattler.
Spencer Rattler. That could be a rough watch right there. And it sounds like that Brock Purdy may be out a couple games. This isn't like
2 to 4
one-off. Yeah, so tough situation for the Niners. I'm going to lean into the coach that I believe is better, and that's Shanahan. And Robert Saleh's back getting things right on defense for the Niners. I'm going to lay the 3. Roll with them.
Feels like you could lean into CMC and Brian Robinson Jr. to run this football and win this game. It's covering the 3. It feels like everybody's on the Saints as a home dog in this one because of no Purdy. So I'm going to lean away from the public, and I'm going to go with you and take the Niners minus the 3.
Enough of the 1 o'clock games. We got the Peyton Manning Bowl at 4:05. Broncos -1.5 at the Colts.
Oh, man.
Danny's got to come back to earth here now.
You would think.
He's got to. I'm not saying he's going to have a bad game. I'm just saying I'm taking Denver in that defense against Danny Dimes.
Defense last week against Tennessee, that being the Broncos, had, I believe, 5 or 6 sacks in the game. They're going to shake the room a little bit for Danny Dimes. I'll lay the points and roll with Broncos.
Now, this is billed as a local broadcast. However, the entire nation will have availability here. Eagles -1 at Chiefs. Burkhardt and Brady on the call.
You know what was very encouraging to see is that Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler looked like they were on the same page. I know last year that was kind of very up and
Philly
down
and
for
KC.
them.
What did I say?
Yeah.
What am I looking
Philly
at?
and KC
I skipped
right
the game. I was looking at the Panthers Cardinals. That's my bad. Philly and KC. Whew.
I'm taking Philly.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
I'm going to have Kansas City prove it to me. I think they're in the game. They got to prove it to me, and that's okay. They're at home. They got a lot of advantage. They got Arrowhead. They've got a little desperation. They got the Super Bowl mentality, revenge. So they got a lot going for them, except maybe the tangible stuff. But I'm going to take Philly.
Jalen Carter is back, so he will play. This just smells like we've been disrespected all week. Everybody shut the hell up. We're the Chiefs game. I'm going with Kansas City.
Panthers at Cardinals. Now we get to talk about it. Cardinals -6.5 at home.
Take it away, Maddie.
Marvin Harrison Jr. looked good with Kyler last week. I'll lay the 6.5 and roll with the Birds.
Bryce didn't look good.
It was bad.
And his little,
it was tough.
comeback again tour. I'm going to take Arizona as well and lay the 6.5.
And Sunday Night Football. The Falcons are on the road in Minnesota. The Vikings need Christian Darrisaw back badly, but they still won regardless, so 1-0.
They lose the linebacker Cashman to IR, so that's not great. It was a great win. Ty Chandler's on IR, the running back. They've signed Nick Vannett, former Buckeye, tight end of the roster.
Okay.
Inside sources. And Falcons blew that game.
Felt like that was gong-worthy.
It's a good game. Yeah, but he wasn't ready. It doesn't count. Too late. You only have no. There's a statute of limitations. No, if he doesn't catch it, maybe within 5 seconds.
All right.
I'm taking the Falcons. I'm not saying this is a massive letdown, but I like him at 3.5.
Okay. I like a little mental hedge for you. I did the same thing. I just think when you guys were able to figure out the back half of that game, like especially with JJ and that offense and him settling in, I'm going to roll with that. I still believe in Brian Flores as a really good play caller on defense. So, yeah, I'll lay the 3.5. I like the Vikings.
All right. We'll do Monday on Monday. Lock him in.
Yep.
Gold Jacket Thursday coming up. Walter Jones, just a mammoth of a man on that Seahawk offensive line when they were cooking in the early 2000s, getting to the Super Bowl, playing TLC Steelers. We'll talk to him next from Canton in 2 minutes. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Buckeye Country Superfest 2026 is back for one day only in Columbus, Ohio. Saturday, June 13th at Ohio Stadium, featuring Tyler Childers, with special guests the Red Clay Strays, Lord Huron, Sierra Farrell, Flatland Cavalry, and Caitlin Butts. Register for pre-sale access now at BuckeyeCountrySuperfest.com. Tickets on sale to the general public on Friday, September 12th at 10 a.m.
If you're itching for a new vehicle this fall, you have to go see my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Hey, it's Anthony. I drive an awesome Ridgeline, and you can drive home the rugged 25 Ridgeline Sport with 0% APR or lease for as low as $299 a month. Or go for the looks and reliability of a 2025 Honda Accord LX, just 3.99% APR or lease it from only $199 a month. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, and GermainHondaofDublin.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at tmobile.com.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
All right, it is a Gold Jacket Thursday, and Seattle traded up in 1997 so they could select this man with the 6th overall pick. And he quickly became the blindside protector and one of the best to ever do it on the O-line. Played his entire career in Seattle. 9 times a Pro Bowler, a team record 10 playoff starts, including the 2005 NFC Championship game and then the Super Bowl. In all, he played in 180 regular season games during his career, a first-team selection in the NFL's all-decade team of the 2000s, and I imagine it never gets old to hear Pro Football Hall of Famer, class of 2014. He is tackle Walter Jones. Big Walt, welcome back to Ohio.
All right, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for having me.
You grew up in Aliceville, Alabama. That's about 45 minutes from Tuscaloosa, but you find your way to Tallahassee. Tell me about the journey to Florida State playing for Bobby Bowden.
It was amazing, man. I think for me personally, when I first got introduced to Florida State, I went to a high school football camp they were throwing during the summertime. And I went down there for that summer, and I got a chance to see players. I think when I went down there, they had, like, Charlie Wars. And that was my first time ever seeing, like, how big football was, you know what I'm saying, where you see players at the college level where they need security to go anywhere. And I said to myself, I went into they showed a highlight video, and I said to myself, this is where I want to play at.
Do you have a favorite Bobby Bowden story?
When I got on the team, I was playing the team my first year there. And, a lot of, coming from a little small rural town, anywhere you go, you get homesick. And I had told anybody, your mom always told you, that you're going to have those days where you're missing home, but you know why you was there. So one day I was walking into practice, feeling down, like thinking like, man, do I really want to be here? I think I want to go back home. And, I didn't say nothing to nobody, but then Bobby Bowden came up behind me. He was like, hey, well, how you doing? And I was like, I'm doing good, Coach, blah, blah. I didn't go into details, but then he was just like, he started talking to me, asking me about my mom, started asking me about all my brothers. Now, I'm coming from a family of 8 of us, so he reeled off all my sisters and brothers' name, asked them how they was doing, blah, blah, blah. And that literally changed my whole perspective, my whole outlook of being in Tallahassee, where he took the time out to come up to me and talk to me and ask me. And, I didn't say anything to anybody. So for him as a coach, that's a great job for a coach to know when to come to and talk to a guy. He came up to me and asked me all that. And that changed my whole trajectory on how I saw things and that was another time where I said to myself, I did pick the right school.
Yeah, that's awesome. Walter, let's stay down there in Florida State and ask you about the current Seminole football team. Off to a 2-0 start, a lot of eyeballs on that Alabama game right out of the gate, and they handle business, and now here they are as a top 10 team in the country. Just talk about your current thoughts on the program and where that is headed.
I think what Coach Novell is doing is amazing. I think he had to clean up some stuff there, especially with a lot of the older coaches. I felt like, sometimes you have to clean out house to kind of get everybody back on this one page. And I think that's what he have done through all this process. And now where we at, it's still a long season, but still, again, I'm very excited on what this team can do and what this team can be about. And a lot of times you can see if you have a good quarterback, a player that is fearless, you're going to probably have a pretty good team. I think that the guy that they got down there now, I can't say his name, but Tommy
Castellanos.
Castellano. So for him, I think, he brings that swag that I think that the FSU fan base need.
We are visiting with Pro Football Hall of Famer, the tackle out of Seattle, the Seahawks, Walter Jones, with us. And, it's kind of ironic because I think my boy Sean Springs, the Buckeye, wasn't he in your draft?
Oh, yes, he was. He was number 3, and I was number 6.
Yeah, and so they go up to get you. And listen, Seattle wasn't great, I think, when they were pretty awful for most of the 90s. You get there, and then did Paul Allen buy the team right after you got drafted? Was that right around that time that you got a new owner?
Yeah, that was right. That was right around that time. I always tell people all the time, though. When you get drafted that high, most of the time the team is a hot mess express. So you know what I'm saying. So you just have to go in there and hopefully that you can be the guy that can change things around. And I'm very blessed that I got that opportunity to go in there. And I always tell people all the time, enjoy the bad days, because when you have those victories, they're going to mean much, much, much more to you. So that's the way I approach it. I tell people to enjoy the bad times, because once it change over, when you're hugging and stuff, when everybody wins it all, those are the things that you remember how bad this team was before you get to that winning stage.
There was a couple running backs that you paved the way for, and Ricky Waters and Sean Alexander. And we had the pleasure of talking to Sean a couple years ago at Radio Row in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl. A really cool guy, and enjoyed that. But just talk about those two running backs and your time blocking for those guys and just being in the huddle with them week in and week out.
It was amazing. I think for those guys, those types of guys, all you got to do is just do your job, And I think Ricky Water, showed that before I even started playing with Ricky Water, that he was one of those players that made plays with flashy. And then you get a guy like Sean Alexander, a guy that was the guy since high school. The things he was able to do in high school, and then go to Alabama and do the things, and then you get a chance to block for him. And so for me as an offensive lineman, that's what you want, a guy that looking for the end zone. I thought that Sean was great at that, and it makes your job easier. If you got in front of guys, Sean would make guys miss and hit the hole and try to make that safety miss. And if Sean knew where his block was and where the unblocked guy was, he was great at that. So he made my job pretty easy. So I had a great time blocking for both of those guys.
Walter Jones, one of the best to ever do it. I loved your enshrinement speech. It wasn't that long ago. You got in fairly soon after your playing days were over. But the one that I laughed at was when you talk about those trying times and the adversity, and you kind of did like a half little apology to Matt Hasselbeck, the quarterback. Tell us about what happened there in training camp.
You know how it is, man. Like, you be in training camp, you go to training camp the last day of training camp, the last night of training camp. Most of the time when you go to training camp, the quarterback is the one that got the coolest room. He got TVs, he got music, he got video games. And then this dorm was more like a circular dorm, so the most space was probably right at the elevator area. And Matt Hasselbeck room was literally right across from the elevator. So we decided that last night to hang out, because we really knew all we had to do tomorrow is just show up, and then everybody get in their car and drive back to Seattle from training camp. But that was a great spot. And then, that was the last night, so we decided to grab some adult beverages and have a good time. He was playing video games, playing music, so we decided to sit right there and kind of listen to his music and have a couple drinks. And then all of a sudden, when it was time to go to bed for him, he didn't tell us he was going to bed. He just closed the door. And Robbie Toback was there. If anybody know Robbie Toback, he's a very comical guy, always no matter how serious it gets, no matter, you can be in the toughest situation in a game, and Robbie Toback will do something to make you laugh and just kind of make you relax sometimes. Sometimes we get so caught up and so like we want to get this done, and then all of a sudden he'll do something to break the ice. So we were just sitting there, and I said to myself, man, if I had a key, I would go in there and slap him, man. He could have let us know he was going to bed. And so Toback went down to the lobby and got the master key and went and unlocked the door. And I walked in and said, hey, Matt, man, I got to slack you, man. And then I smacked him pretty good. It's supposed to have been a soft smack, but people don't realize your hands get pretty heavy when you have a couple of adult beverages. So, and then, after the next morning, we walked into the training room, and literally my whole handprint was across his face. And I felt bad at that moment, but, it's just part of, when your boys say, hey, man, you got to do this, as offensive line, we all as one. So, and that's how that story got started, man. It was just him and a quarterback, and we had to put him in his place.
Hey, you were stronger for it, apparently, because you guys were really tight, man. What sticks with you from that Super Bowl against Pittsburgh, if anything?
No, what's the good? Honestly, though, I thought like that year we was together. I think doing that season, that Super Bowl run, what happened was we was playing in a game, right? And the coaches got on us about a play that they had called, and he got on us talking about we didn't do it right, blah, blah, blah. And we decided as a lineman to say, you know what? They're not on the field with us. As long as we're on the same page, what can they do? So we made it upon ourselves to start having our own meetings, to look at defenses, and literally – I want to say by game 4, game 5 of that season, the game came so much easier because it was the quarterbacks, the running backs, and the linemen was all in meets at the same time, looking over blitzes. So we wanted to know when he called his blitz, what he was doing. This is what we was doing. And honestly, through that whole season, it was fun. And then for me personally, that just put it in perspective because it made me realize like all these great teams that was always in the hunt. And I realized that you do that during the regular season. So now when you can enjoy the playoff, where you're not in a wild card, you're just in 2 games to get to the Super Bowl. So I said to myself, this is easy, bro. So, for us, we took it upon ourselves. So that's the number one thing that I took away from that Super Bowl run was that we took it upon ourselves to be a great team. And then the Pittsburgh game, I tell people all the time, I said, even though we felt like we was the best team, we just wasn't the best team on that day. And, the saying they always say, if any given Sunday, and that was a Sunday that we didn't play our best football. And that's the only thing I can say about that because, you got to take your hat off to Pittsburgh and what they was able to do. But still, again, I felt like we didn't play our best game on that Sunday.
I get it. Listen, you got so much to be proud of. You also got to play in the most famous game in the world, and you were the first offensive lineman in Seahawks history to be elected to the Pro Bowl, and now you're in football heaven in Canton. It's got to be cool to be back there. I thought they did. I'm sure you thought they did a great job on your bust. You get to visit that, shine that thing up this week. But what are you looking forward to, and how does it feel to be back in Canton?
I think for me, it's pretty amazing that you're able to come back here, and now you're getting a chance to meet some of the people that make Canton their home, where, most of the time we come here, we at the Hall of Fame, we don't go too much out, but now you're walking in high schools, you go into community centers where these people are feeling like they are a part of Canton and part of the Hall of Fame.
It's amazing. And to your credit, you always wanted to be accountable, and this is part of being accountable as a Pro Football Hall of Famer, to keep paying forward and give back and let these kids talk to you and help drive them to their dreams as well. 9 Pro Bowls, 12 seasons, 6 All-Pros. He's Big Walter Jones, back in Canton, and we hope you have a great time, Walter. Thanks for the visit.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
You got it. Walter Jones, Hall of Famer at the Hall. You can check him out Saturday. He'll be greeting people in the lobby at 10 in the morning, 11 a.m. He'll be presenting in the Super Bowl Gallery Theater. If you've not been back to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, now's the time to go. ProFootballHof.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for a new vehicle, look no further, because I want to direct you to the McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion, where I got my new vehicle, and I've been riding around and loving life ever since, because all they believe in up there at the McDaniel GM Superstore is transparency with every car deal that they have. They have over 180 new vehicles on their website, so make sure you're checking that out. They have a 2025 Trax where you can get it for as low as $21,995. It's not a long drive to Marion. Trust me, I did it. Smooth drive. They'll get you in, they'll get you out, and they will treat you like family the way that they did me. So again, get up to the McDaniel GM Superstore if you are looking for a new vehicle, and make sure, ladies and gentlemen, you tell them Matty Ice sent you, and they'll hit you with a hug and maybe a goodie bag on the way out. McDaniel GM Superstore, Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
We come back with Tell the Truth, and I'll ask TLC to tell the truth if he wants this guy. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan. Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron, you know how we say eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians? Yeah? So, that makes for a lousy acronym. PHVAC. Doesn't work. Okay, but... So what if we change it to plumbing, heating, AC, and electrical? PHACE. FACE. with a PH.
Get Eco.
ECO. No one is going to remember face with a PH.
Call Eco today and ask for a face man with a PH.
No one is going to ask for a face man with a PH.
Sure they will.
Get Eco.
ECO. Besides, we spent thousands of dollars saying plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. You can't just change it to face man with a PH.
It could be big, Aaron.
I don't think so.
Would you rather I go back to inventing random household items and stop messing with your catchphrase?
Yes, please.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians, not face men with a PH.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better. You've earned it.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Common Man here for Hollywood Casino and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Timmy, it's football season. That means winning and fun.
Oh, yeah. We have tailgate buffets for all of our watch parties. The 3 apps for $12 special. $25 Miller Lite buckets.
And don't forget the crab legs. That's extended through September.
So reserve a table at HollywoodColumbus.com.
And how about this for new members? Sign up for the rewards program on the Penn Play app. Get a $20 dining credit.
Then you get more crab legs.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, crab legs.
Crab leg problem? Call 1-800-CRAB-LEGS.
Remember when sports used to be about calling up your favorite host and saying how stupid they are? Good news. We still do that. The Fan Call-In Show.
Hello. Sponsored by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino.
Sunday mornings at 8 on The Fan.
This sports report brought to you by Bet365. Football is back. Get ready for the season at Bet365. When it comes to sports books, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Finish up projects with GE-branded silicone sealants. Tub and tile silicone is 100% waterproof and offers same-day water readiness, making it perfect to use in kitchens and bathrooms. Shop our selection of GE sealants in-store and on Menards.com and save big. Plus, check out the weekly flyer to view all of our other great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards. Parents, are your teens good with money? No. Switch to Huntington Bank and let's teach them. They get their own card, which they can add to their digital wallet, and you can monitor and set spending limits. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com now.
All right, tell the truth. Trade speculation. All right. Is running all over the place. Pro Football Talk has now linked Miami Dolphins receiver Tyreek Hill to the Steel City. Predicting Pittsburgh. He does throw in Kansas City as well, as obviously a logical landing spot. But he says there's already chatter that the all-in Steelers could go even more all-in by making a move for Hill. Yes, Pittsburgh already has DK Metcalf, who, by the way, is making $30 million a year for like 5 years. but they need a Robin to the Batman. Calvin Austin III, Metcalf, and Hill with the Rodgers there. Would you like to see your Steelers go all in and trade for Tyreek Hill?
Sure. Short term, it sounds like fun. Actually, Calvin Austin played really well against the Jets. However, I don't expect that to be the standard, so I'm not going to get crazy over that. But definitely was serviceable. I mean, it kind of depends on... I don't want to mortgage the future for that. I mentioned, as we've been kind of all over the place with the Steelers all offseason long, I said it kind of looks like they're setting up for a bunch of one-year contracts for like a full restart. It kind of looks like that. And so as long as we're not giving up any sort of serious future picks.
Would you give up a late first?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. No.
You know what doesn't
make
make
sense? See how much he really likes
That's somebody
him.
who we get 5 years of.
No. He's north of 30 now.
What's Tyreek's deal? You have that? How much is left on that deal? I mean, years, I guess, is what
I think he's gone after this year.
Okay, so he's a free agent at the end of this year.
I think so. No?
He's 31.
Oh.
Okay.
This is his last year.
Right.
Okay.
But I'm saying a late first is a player who we have 5 years of club control over. And I don't want to give away 5 years of somebody who, again, we don't know if they're good, but if we draft well. Oh, gosh. If we draft well. Dude, we have the worst GM ever with the draft. What am I thinking?
Well, you hit with an extension, by the way. Omar Khan got an extension prior to the season.
Stupid.
You guys got to help me with this. So you want to bring in a wide receiver that could be a little dramatic and maybe over the top.
And get rid of all of
But you shipped one out that's younger. And George Pickens.
Because we didn't want to pay him long term.
That doesn't make much sense to me. But I would be worried about the DK Tyreek dynamic because you said bring in a Robin to DK's Batman. I think both those guys think they're Batman. And so that could be a bit of an issue, but I'm never going to push back on any team bringing in talent. And I still think Tyreek Hill has some good things to offer. I just think everything down there in Miami has kind of run its course a little bit, especially with him and Tua and how their season started and Tua calling him out publicly and all that. Like, they just haven't got off to a good start. And then obviously what we saw in Indy was some nasty work. So I just think the Kansas City fit to me makes a little bit more sense for a team that's ready-made, that absolutely knows how to use him. You don't have to go through that period of, hey, I got to feel you out, and Arthur Smith. Like, is Arthur Smith really an offensive play caller that is a high-flying guy?
No.
Either.
Everything
right?
he does lacks the ability to support three big route runners, like talented route runners.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't do that.
I'm not saying that would be an inappropriate move by the organization, but I 100% know for a fact that Steelers fans in Pittsburgh and Steelers radio would be getting high on their own supply because they would take especially like if this topic, which I guarantee you it makes its way to Pittsburgh radio probably right now.
Right.
And definitely tomorrow morning for the morning shows that missed this news that Florio dropped.
No doubt.
But they're going to package a week one victory, having no idea what the other 16 games bring.
Go all in.
Exactly.
We're in.
That is the exact. Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns. Man, he's not dead.
Yeah.
Well,
Tyreek get him a second
you
weapon.
also spread it around a lot.
There's going to be
Tyreek's
a lot of value on that one win in Pittsburgh sports.
He's a volume guy. I think 7 dudes caught a pass.
Okay.
They're that play action.
It's the talent, though.
Yes,
you take it. Like
talent-wise, the only reason I brought it up is because you guys seem to be, this is the last big ride, and you don't want to waste whatever Rodgers has left. Tomlin is kind of the great equalizer when it comes to, although that's not been proven because they've been getting rid of diva receivers. So I was going to say, if anyone can handle him, he could, but
he doesn't mind him.
He doesn't mind it.
He doesn't mind it.
I don't like it.
If you guys are telling me he's got 1 year left on his deal, that being Tyreek Hill, you give up third, fourth, whatever that looks like. I'm not going to be mad at
right.
that.
It's week one.
Yeah,
the week one. Now, if Tyreek lays an egg this week, and because I don't think Tyreek would even want to go there, but because he wants the ball, but if he lays an egg, the price may get better for you. Like, it just might.
Maybe so. Maybe so, but I don't
Dolphins
think.
may be more willing to ship him.
Yeah. I mean, the legal stuff's got to clear up first, because I don't think anybody's going to bring him on board and then have the NFL come down and you find out some stuff and he gets suspended or whatever it may be. But I do think that he's going to get traded at some point in time. I've been saying it since this offseason. I don't think he finishes the year as a Dolphin.
You guys like doing business with Miami? You guys have done that already.
Just did it with Minka and the
Ramsey.
Gang. Yeah. No doubt.
Johnu as well.
Jalen was flying around Sunday.
Made the final play.
He was letting them know, too.
He and Garrett Wilson were going after.
They were.
So.
And then, at the end of the game, they dapped up. It was all love at the end of the game.
I mean, Tyreek will come in and be a very positive piece to your locker room. You just make him happy.
Yeah. That's
what else you got to lose, though, if you're the Steelers, right? Like, we've been saying all offseason, they need more on offense. And this would be the definition of that. And then you're really stressing defenses out, man, with those guys on both sides of the field.
I liked what I saw on Sunday. I don't think we're winning the Super Bowl, but I liked what we saw. In fact, I thought the Jets were better. So the fact that we beat them was kind of impressive. Yeah, I think the Jets are a decent team, but I'm just dreading the conversation in Pittsburgh that's already going to take place where it's like Tyreek Hill makes us a Super Bowl contender. No, it does not.
No.
But he makes us better.
He does make you better. Hey, folks, if you missed anything from our show, don't worry. You could always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you got to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3 will be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the podcast as well. Bet365 is the sponsor of the Rothman and Ice podcast. Common Man and Timmy coming up next.
Talk to you on a Football Friday. Thanks for listening. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan.
Dormar, you're climate hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Is it time for a new or used car? Visit Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161, home of the Tansky Promise, where our salespeople aren't paid on commission. We have a 72-hour exchange policy, and every transaction is upfront and transparent. You can even start the process at home. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to start your purchase today and to see all of this month's specials. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Offer ends September 12th.
See Home Club for details.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
It's always a good day at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship, September 18th through 21st at the Scarlet Course. PGA Tour's Rising Stars compete, Hub 13 drink specials, and more. Get free tickets today at ncc-golf.com.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
Frank Robinson played 10 years with the Reds. He's a Cooperstown Hall of Famer and a member of the Reds Hall of Fame. And his statue stands in front of Great American Ballpark, honoring one of the best Reds hitters ever. And even as a 20-year-old rookie in 1956, Frank Robinson wasted no time establishing his hitting credentials. Back then, the rookie home run record was 38, and Frank tied the mark with his 38th home run on this September 11th, 1956. He had 3 weeks left in the season to break the record, but a sore wrist slowed his swing and he failed to connect for number 39. But Frank Robinson's first hitting milestone this September 11th, 1956, this date in Reds baseball.
This date in Reds baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.